welcome to another episode of New to Me. I'm Stephen Michael Zach, and today we're taking a look at the CaptureLENS. This is the belt clip system. This is actually version 2, and let's just jump right into the review. First off, inside the box, you get your instructions, your sticker, and your little warranty card here. We also get the actual capture lens, the actual lens holder itself, which is made primarily of plastic. It is a hard ABS plastic, but just don't throw this down on the ground hard because it will crack. You do get these very cheap buttons, which actually release these hard plastic caps so you can keep the dust out of here. And as you can see, there is a little bit of metal, but this thing is mostly plastic. And then on the other side, there is this button to release that. And then you just hook in your lenses and you're good to go. You will notice there is a red dot on the bottom here, and that is where you line up your lenses to attach it to this. Also in the box, you are going to get the belt clip, which is just okay. I've been using this for maybe a day or two, and it's already super scratched up. You do have your release here, which when you get the release up here, you unscrew this like so, and you have this, which is going to clamp onto your belt. Now, if you do have a thicker backpack, you will need to use the adjustment knob, and actually you'll almost need to take this off, as you'll see in the demo later, that this thing does not get very thick at all. And then you have this very cheap quick release button, which works just fine, but it feels really cheap. And then you have this adjustment here for the plate inside, so you could adjust to different plates, which we will talk about. And then inside you get anchors. This is the version 2 of the anchors. Apparently they've had problems with them and they've been updating and changing them. I got one, I have one in here, and then this one says replace unsafe, and I don't know why it has a special tag. Basically this is for, you see these little holes up top, you kind of slide this through and wrap it, and then you can buy one of their straps that you can just hook the anchors into. It's just kind of a whole system, but I'm probably never going to use these because I'm not interested in that system. And you get this very nice silky drawstring bag. So let's go ahead and set this thing up on a belt. I will use actually my tool belt, which is the belt it is going to go on. Now, here's the thing. If you have a very thin belt, this will work very well. If it's got any thickness to it, it's going to be very difficult. So what we'll do is move this stuff over to the side, and let's go ahead and just clip this to my belt. And as you can see, this is a little bit wide for an average work belt here. Let's see if I can, yep, there we go. And you want to make sure it's nice and tight on the belt here. And there we go. Now, I have tried this actually on my physical belt, and it is pretty good on your belt. It's not going to wobble around, and I'll show you some video of that. So on your belt, and you do want to get this, actually I did this wrong, you do want to get this up and down. You do not want it vertical on your belt because your lenses will break. You'll hit them with your fists and your camera and they'll break. But it's pretty good all in all on the belt. It's pretty awesome. Now let's take this off the belt and I will show you one of the major problems with this design when it comes to adding it to your backpack and walking around in crowded areas. Okay, so here you can see this is much easier to get on a very thin belt like I like to wear. Flip it up there and then just back through the loop. Okay, so we made this kind of tight so that it will flop around a little bit, but we want to get it nice and tight on this side so it's not going to flop around. And we'll add this. It's a little hard to see. We'll go vertical with this. And there you go. That's in. You take your smaller lens, you take this red thing, you line up with the red, which is against your body, and you twist, very easy. And then we'll do the bottom one, which isn't as easy because you can't see it. But there we go. There it is on my side, and it's not as flippy. It doesn't flip around as much as the other one does. Okay, so here we have a standard backpack, and this is what I wear to go to conventions. And as you can see, it does have some thickness to it. Both straps really do. And the problem is this is very difficult to get onto this backpack. First off, it has to be very low, otherwise the lenses will hit my face. And it's very difficult. I mean, this was just kind of sort of sized to this, but it is very difficult to get on the pack. I've actually had to almost completely unscrew this side in order to get it to go on. Now we'll just tighten it down and I'll throw the backpack on. Okay, now let me grab a few lenses and we'll test this thing out. Okay, so I'm here with my Canon 50mm, this is the 1.8, and my 85mm, which is significantly heavier than the 50. Now this is only a Canon EF mount. They only make them in Canon and Nikon. Why they don't make a Micro Four Thirds version of this, I will never know. Another thing that I would love to see them do is make adapter rings so I can hook my Micro Four Thirds, my Canon. I'd like to see them make one that's universal where you can use just little adapters, because I shoot Panasonic and Canon glass. I shoot Micro Four Third and EF, and I would love to see adaptation so that I can use this for two different kinds of lenses instead of just being stuck with one kind of lens. And let's go ahead and make sure we're attaching the plate so that it's vertical, boom, like that. And let's go ahead and attach the 85mm. There's your red dot. You'll want to line your dot up with the bottom here. And this part is very, very hairy because I am kind of scratching the camera to kind of find the opening. So I'm not really thrilled with the fact that I'd probably just have to twist it like this to find the opening. Posting it on top, putting it on top here, not a problem. But here's the major problem. It has to be up here in order not to flop around. But even up here, look at this, it's still flopping around. When I pulled it down even further, it got even floppier. And the problem is, when I turn, this could come right off my shoulder. And if my arms are down, it could come right off my shoulder, right off this shoulder, fall and break my lenses. Now, if you have a backpack that has a center strap that goes across your chest, definitely engage that. That's gonna make this thing stable. But would I walk around with this on a convention room floor or even on a hike? No. One, it flops around, it hits me in the face, it's really in the way. It's really annoying on a backpack. On your belt, not so much, and I'll show you in a minute, but I really don't care for it on the backpack. The clip is hard to get on the strap. This flops around. Even if I had something that were holding these together, it would still annoy me. So, not a great thing for your backpack. So here's the thing. The reason I was having a hard time getting this off my shoulder is the release button actually turns and locks so you can't move it, which is something very cool. Again, it is cheap and plasticky, but that is a really interesting feature to have. And then that's to avoid you hitting it and it accidentally falling off. Super cool. If you don't know about it, it is a little concerning, but that is why I couldn't get it off my back. Okay, so here are my final thoughts about this. Meh. Unfortunately, I bought this on a Black Friday and I'm stuck with it. Otherwise, I would absolutely return it. It is just kind of okay. If you are a nature photographer, if you're on a hike and you're not around a lot of people, or you're running and gunning for a film, and again, you're just one guy with a camera doing interviews, and you have to move very fast and constantly swap lenses, this is a decent system. It's made well, it works well, but if you're on a convention room floor or you're really running and gunning in crowded areas, this is not going to be great for you. And the main reason is because, you know, if it's on your belt, you're going to constantly be banging it into things. If it's on your backpack, it's going to be flopping around, hitting you in the face. It's going to be, other people are going to be banging into your lenses. So, is this a great system? No, it's a good idea, but in the long run, I don't really, because I'm going to be doing a lot of convention coverage. This really isn't the right thing for me, but it might be for you. Anyway, that's it. Let me know in the notes below what you think, if you have one, if you want to buy one, and questions and comments as well. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell button to be notified when we post brand new videos. I'm Stephen Michael Zach, and this is new to me.